And we are live. Welcome to another NBA Power Hour. I'm your host, Leo Biaz. I want to welcome all of CK Nation, all of our NBA Nation. The channel is growing. We're only 100 subscribers away from 5,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. It's only going to keep growing from here on out. I'm getting ready. I'm packing right now. Heading to All-Star Weekend, Los Angeles, LA Live. The whole shebang is going to be a fun time. I'm going to be vlogging out there, giving you guys that behind-the-scenes coverage that we bring to you every single day. I can't wait, guys. So many topics as well. Adam Silver fines Magic Johnson, or he talked about the $50,000 fine. Pretty much said, don't talk about other players because you're Magic Johnson, and you cannot get away with that. I don't know how I feel about that, though, because that can affect how we can interview certain GMs. And then when we want a quote from other players, then they might not give it to us because they might get fined because it's tampering. But that's a bunch of nonsense, in my opinion. I want to hear you guys' opinion about that. Another topic that was like front coverage, or it was the front story on ESPN, was Lonzo Ball is no longer the Lakers savior, because they no longer need one. Pretty much saying that they have two max contract extensions open for, or max spaces open for free agency next summer, or this summer, sorry. And they're going to bank on that. They're also pretty high on Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram, so they no longer need Lonzo to be the savior. But it's only going to add a cherry on top if he does live up to the number 2 overall pick. We'll see, though. Lots of question marks as of right now. I feel like he's been a little bit soft by not playing. What do you guys think? Another topic as well is Isaiah Thomas and Rajon Rondo and how they got the little feud going on. Rajon Rondo pretty much saying that, yeah, you're a Celtic. You were a Celtic, but you didn't do much. Isaiah saying pretty much I averaged 30 points a game for the Boston Celtics. I broke a bunch of records. You were the 4th best player on that great Celtics team. I was the best player on the Celtics team. So a little feud yesterday. They got into it. That was fun to watch. I want to know who you guys think would throw down if they really had a chance to do it. Another one of the topics today is De'Aaron Fox. He's playing in the game tomorrow, which the game starts at 6 p.m. Okay. 6 p.m. Mountain Dew Kickstart Rising Stars. 6 p.m. TNT/ESPN Radio. So it's going to be on TNT, ESPN Radio. The NBA All-Star Celebrity Game presented by Ruffles with Justin Bieber, Jamie Foxx among celebrities. Team Clippers and Team Lakers. So that should be a fun one. That's at 4 p.m. And then you got the Junior NBA Day presented by Under Armour from 10 to 5. And then you got NBA Cares All-Star Day of Service. So lots of good stuff all day long. And then Basketball Without Borders from 9:15 to 1 p.m. So much stuff. I don't even know which one I'm going to yet. I can go to any one that I want, but you guys can let me know which one you guys are most interested. And then Saturday, you got the Olympics Unified Basketball Game, which starts at 9:30 a.m. The NBA and WNBA players and legends will join Special Olympics athletes from Los Angeles and around the world for a clinic and demonstration game at Staples Center. That's going to be at the Convention Center. And then you got the Taco Bell Skills Challenge, which starts at 5 p.m. That should be a fun one. Buddy Hield will be in that one. And you got the 3-point contest, where Klay Thompson will defend his crown, his trophy. That should be a great one as well. I feel like Buddy Hield should have been in that contest. That suits him best. Not so much the Taco Bell Skills Challenge. That one is more for De'Aaron Fox or Bogdan Bogdanovic. And then you got the one we're all talking about, the Verizon Slam Dunk Contest. That's what everyone is going for on Saturday night. You got Victor Oladipo, Larry Nance Jr., Donovan Mitchell, Dennis Smith Jr. That should be a great, great, great dunk contest. I can't wait for it, man. I'm ecstatic about that. But yeah, going back to De'Aaron Fox. D-Fox will play in the game. He's going to tough it out. He got stitches yesterday. Good for him. He definitely deserves it. He's been playing at a great level in the month of January, and also he's led on to the month of February.
Press 1 to
All
send a
right, here
voicemail.
comes the first
Press
call,
2.
guys.
2.
Hello, welcome to the show.
You little fucking nigger, Colin, turning up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I don't know who that was. Obviously, someone's trying to prank call, and which is why the call was blocked. I should have known better, but none of that stuff here, man. We're not going to, go there, go racially there, and all that garbage. Not on this type of platform. Not on any type of platform. To me, that's disrespectful. And I do want to talk about the shooting a little bit. All my prayers go out to all the people, all the families, all the kids, all the victims. The whole gun control thing, it needs to be taken care of. Mental illness needs to be taken care of. Lots of very, traumatic events happened yesterday. And, as a nation, we got to come together, pray, and become unified because we definitely need it in this country. So with that said, more news. Oh God, it's another no caller ID. I'm not picking up if you're not gonna put your number in there, guys. I need to know who it is. Um, but yeah, let me see what the text line is saying right now. I haven't even looked at that yet. Uh, I think my the biggest topic is Lonzo gone, so happy, let's get it. Yeah, so they left a voicemail. All right. So that person left a voicemail. Damian Lillard, guys. Damian Lillard to me is the most clutch player in the NBA. He's been flat out balling, put up 50 points in 29 minutes against the Kings. That was ludicrous to watch. I mean, after the game, I pretty much asked him all the questions. I wish I had more time to talk to him on a personal level, but he had their beat writer just pull him aside from me, and I was like, dude, you see this dude every day. I don't ever get to see this guy, but hopefully I run into him during All-Star weekend. I'm sure I will. And I mean, they keep calling like there's no caller ID stuff. I don't understand why. What's up, Jaime? What's going on, brother? Uh, if it looks like this, guys, I'm not picking up because the first words was like, what, the N word, and then some other curse words and stuff like that. So we're not going there today. Uh, Alex the Great, what is your thoughts on Justin Jackson? Justin Jackson, man, he's been playing a lot better as of late. You guys can go ahead and call in the show right now. Who do you think the Kings will draft for this class? I believe the Kings will draft Luka Doncic. To me, he is flat out the best player in the draft, the safest player in the draft, and they keep leaving voicemails. I wonder who that is. I'm not going to give him the attention, though. Um, so if you guys do want to call in the show, the number is right there. It's 209-565-3079. Again, it's 209-565-3079. I'll probably end this show a little bit early today unless it gets crazy with all the phone calls because I have to finish packing. Lots of stuff going on. I need to get to the airport as well. You guys can go ahead and listen to this after. It'll be available on our iTunes channel, our Spotify channel, our TuneIn Radio channel, our Google Play channel. So pretty much everywhere, guys. Anywhere you can get a podcast, a stream like that, we will be on there. And on behalf of the Almighty Baller Network, a shout out to them for allowing us to be on this great, great podcast network. Jaime said there's been a debate on tanking on other platforms, some of the pro tanking and some against it. Thoughts? Okay, so yeah, so let's talk about that right now. Seen a lot of fans. They're like, well, we should start winning and embracing, setting the winning culture. I get it. Like, yeah, I'm all about that. If they win a game. I'm not gonna be, angry about it. But the mere fact is that this team is not good enough. They're not going to win games, and it's not like they're trying to lose games. All the players that go out there, they're trying their hardest. Why would a player want to play bad and then your team gets a high draft pick and then that high traffic will most likely replace you. So you got to think about that too. These young players are not going out there to lose. It's just that they're not good enough yet. Capital YET. They're not good enough yet. So they will lose games by default. It's not their fault, man. It's just the way the NBA is. There are better teams out there, guys with more experience, with more strength, with better basketball IQ. It's going to happen that way. It's not a matter of them wanting to lose. Tanking is such a strange word, and losing is associated with it, and the recreational fan tends to think, oh, they're losing so they're tanking. Not necessarily. The way you tank is if the front office or your coaching staff, if they put players in front of the better players. So if they sit out their veterans, etc., like how the Suns did it last year, where they deactivated Eric Bledsoe and Tyson Chandler, that's tanking. The Kings never did that last year, and the Kings are not doing that now. The Kings are playing their veterans. They'll play a lot of the youth, but that's part of the whole rebuilding. Like, a lot of fans want the young guys to play, but they don't want them to tank. It just doesn't make sense. If you're gonna play the young guys, for more than likely they're going to lose games because they're not that good yet. So that's simple. Coach Yeager is not coaching to lose. Coach Yeager is coaching to win every single game. Every guy that goes out there wants to win a game. So there's such a fine line of, oh, they're tanking or they should start winning. They're not good enough to start winning, man. It's just that simple. Fans need to take a chill pill. Wins will come. The Warriors were bad at one point. That is true. They were bad at one point, and they had all the pieces in place. They had to get rid of Monte Ellis to really elevate Steph Curry and Klay Thompson to the position of where they are in today. And to me, when you talk about rebuilding for 11, 12 years, the Kings have been rebuilding since last February when they traded DeMarcus Cousins. That is when the true rebuild started, and they got a lot of players out of that. Subsequently, indirectly, you get De'Aaron Fox because you start losing games, right? Because your team is not that good no more. If you have DeMarcus Cousins, you will not get De'Aaron Fox and you won't land a top 5 pick. It's just the way see, those are facts. The Kings would have not made the playoffs and probably had a 10, 11, 12. Which at the end of the day, yeah, it's easy to say, well, you could have had Donovan Mitchell, etc. Okay, but at that point, you're not thinking like that. The point is to get a top 5 pick, and that's what happened when they traded DeMarcus Cousins. You also got Buddy Hield out of that, and then you get the number 10 pick from the Pelicans, which turned out to be 15 and 20, which turned out to be Justin Jackson and Harry Giles. So you got a lot of players there, and you got Fox, Buddy, Giles, Justin Jackson, and you also drafted Frank Mason there because you had a high second round pick. So it all comes together. That move is linked to last year's draft class of De'Aaron Fox being the leader of them all. You guys have to think about that, right? The Kings have some good pieces. But what is the team's biggest need? The team's biggest need is that small forward position, no question about it. And to me, Luka Doncic will fill that role in next year if, in fact, they have a chance to draft him. And if they have a draft, and if they have a chance to draft him, they will draft him. So again, to repeat myself, as of right now, I have my top 7, top 8 on my big board. I can tell you guys my big board as far as my 2018 class. I've been saying it every single day this week. This may sound repetitive, but again, that's what happens when you do a show every single day. My top board is Luka Doncic at 1, DeAndre Ayton at 2. I have Trae Young at 3, Jaren Jackson at 4, Miles Bridges at 5, Michael Porter Jr. at 6, Marvin Bagley at 7. So those are my top 7 guys. A lot of people love Marvin Bagley. I'm not too high on him. I'll get to his deep breakdown later in, I would say, April, May, probably May, because you still got March Madness and then you have a month off, right? And then the pre-draft workouts start, and that's when we're all looking at all these guys, and in depth. And we start talking about and start talking to the people that were close to them and stuff like that. So I can't wait for that process. You also have summer league right after that, so that should be fun. And then the Kings fans will get to watch Harry Giles. So all the bottom tier teams like Dallas, Atlanta, they're going to get a chance to draft a very good basketball player. Um, so I think I just got a call from. Let me see. I did not get a call. It's from that unknown person. Again, if you're gonna call the show, be very respectful. Don't go out and say you N word or use F whatever. Only person that can drop bombs is me. So those are the rules, guys. What if they can't draft Doncic? Do you like Michael Jonia as a possible free agent signing? I don't like him as any type of signing. Uh, that's just my opinion on him. And we got to do stress the process. I'd rather go after Parker or Gordon. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go after free agent, throw money. And see, Super Mario is like a last resort type of thing. You don't want him to be your main priority heading into free agency. You want to go after a guy like Aaron Gordon, a guy like Nurkic, a guy like uh, Jabari Parker, even though he's been injured for so long. That's the type of guy that you need. Julius Randle, if you can potentially get him, he's been playing splendid at the five, at the small ball five. He's super strong, very good when it comes to sorry, when it comes to defensive switching. That'll be a very nice piece if the Kings can land a Julius Randle. Again, I'll be at All Star Weekend. Um, The game tomorrow starts at 6 p.m. So make sure to keep it here, keep your notifications on. Follow us on Instagram. That's where I give you like the live beat coverage, literally on in real time. That's where you want. Guys can also follow me at Bias Leo for more coverage. Going back to LeVar Ball and Lonzo Ball, I think he's trying his mouth a little bit too much. Although I do like LeVar on the entertainment side of this entire spectrum. But then when you start going into like the team and the franchise, then that's very iffy and wishy-washy in my opinion. The business is business. You got to say what you got to say to sell merch or to sell, your water, your soon-to-be water bottles and stuff like that, and your entire company, the entire big baller brand. But it is affecting Lonzo Ball, and the Lakers are thinking twice about this pick. I think right now the Lakers wish they would have drafted De'Aaron Fox. Like I really do believe that. Um, Again, it's easy to say Donovan Mitchell because no one had him in the top five. Donovan Mitchell wasn't going in the top five. If he did the redraft today, he'd probably be number one. But we also haven't seen Markel Fultz yet. He's out for the entire season. That's what Philadelphia is saying. I can't wait to watch him play when he does have a healthy shoulder. He was super explosive in college. I don't see why that would change at all. At the worst case, he's a six-man coming off the bench, which would be a huge boost for that Sixers team. I'm still hopeful for Markel Fultz. But obviously, the best player in the draft is Donovan Mitchell, and he's showing that every single night. He's led his team to 11 straight wins. That's been crazy. Going back to Damian Lillard, man, watching him live and just admiring his game, and he's definitely my favorite player. And when you see him, and then you kind of have to wonder why the Blazers are not better. Then when you go back and you put things in perspective, well, they've ran into the Warriors twice on back-to-back years. That's pretty harsh. Anytime you face the Warriors, you're not going to beat them. There's just no way. So he either needs to demand a trade, which I don't think he will, and I don't think he should, or that front office needs to do a better job and surround him with a better small forward, a guy who can, like a Paul George type player. If you can get a top 15 small forward, not just a top 15 player that plays that position, then that would be a nice 1-2 punch with Damian Lillard. Um, so Paul George will have a lot of options this year. A lot of teams are going to want him, but obviously his heart is set with LA. We'll see if he leaves OKC, if he leaves the reigning MVP, Carmelo Anthony. It's going to be interesting, man, because I feel like the Lakers are their front office is competent enough to land LeBron and Paul George, and if that happens, that's a pretty scary team. If you add Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, with those two guys and Lonzo Ball just being a facilitator, that's a pretty damn good team, guys. No question about it. LeVar is on the weed. Do you see Laker fans say Lonzo were better than Fox? I read your Twitter fight the other day. Yeah, man, that was crazy. I mean, you can make an argument, but if a Laker fan tells you he's better than Ben Simmons or he's better than Donovan Mitchell, just block him. And there's just no argument there. Like Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons are superior to Lonzo Ball in every sense of the word and on every aspect of the game of basketball. There's just no way you would draft Lonzo over those two guys. There's just no way. So if you see stuff like that, make sure to block them or just don't even waste your time arguing back because it's a never-ending conversation. Laker fans are on that weed, man. They don't know what they are saying. Although Laker fans are pretty excited because they got two max slots, man. So if they do land LeBron and Paul George, that's a great team. I can't lie. I can't sit here and lie to you, my man. Do you see Donovan being better than Hayward? No, most definitely. He's better than he's going to be better than Gordon Hayward, no doubt. Donovan Mitchell is a point guard slash shooting guard, just a very good guard that has every skill set, that has a humility, that has that star written all over him, that has that athleticism, that wow about him, that has that defensive element to his game. He's just, man, he's a perfect player. He really is. Has that wingspan to play really good defense. He's not that tall, but he doesn't need to be tall because he has such a long wingspan. That's always good. Let me see. So again, to reiterate myself, the Kings, not the Kings, but the Rising Stars, Bogey, Buddy Hield, and De'Aaron Fox will play tomorrow, 6 p.m. TNT. I'll be bringing you guys live coverage, a little bit of behind the scenes on the Instagram story. That should be fun. So keep up with us, guys. You guys can also follow our Basketball Zone page. That's going to have a lot of NBA coverage. So that one should be fun as well. I'll try to post on both. And then I'll be doing the show tomorrow. I don't know what time. It's not going to be 5 p.m. It's going to be earlier. I just need to, bust that show out. Maybe do like 30 minutes, give you guys an update if anything, or if anything crazy happens tomorrow. I also want to give you guys the games for today. There's only two of them. One game is in session right now, which is Denver and Milwaukee. That seems like a good game. It's 26-21 first quarter still. Then you got the Lakers and the Timberwolves. I don't know what to expect from the Lakers, but the T-Wolves need to step on their throats early, end them in the first half, and just chill in the second. But if they give the Lakers life, the Lakers will come at you because that team does play hard. So those two games are the last two games before All-Star Weekend officially starts. So all the Laker players are flying back home because the game is in Minnesota. So what do you think of Woj article yesterday? What's up, Lee? I remember you telling people King should draft Donovan. Yeah, man, I was pretty high on Donovan when he came out. Said that he should have been the guy at 10. But again, you can't dwell on that. Like a lot of people just in life, just in general, they want to dwell on the things that they didn't do or the things that they might not do. But what you got to do is you got to triple down on all your strengths. So what I mean by that is you drafted De'Aaron Fox. You knew what you were going to get. You're going to get a very outspoken, very professional athlete. And if we all knew that if his jump shot could get better, he could potentially be one of the best players in the league. His jump shot has shown flashes of being better this year. So that's promising. That's all you can ask for in year one. He's 19 years old. 20. He's 20 now. Sorry. He's 20 years old. He was 19 when they drafted him. So he's promising. And my argument was you draft Donovan Mitchell because you want a nice 1-2 punch, because at the time you had Malachi, Buddy, even Bogdanovich. uh, I wasn't convinced on any of them, right? And when you have something like that, and even Garrett Temple, I was like, well, you don't know what you have in any of these guys except for GT. So why not triple down and draft the most talented player available? They didn't. They went by position. They went out. They made that number 10 pick into 15 and 20. They went after Justin Jackson, which I'm not mad about. And then they took the big risk on Harry Giles, which that can pan out and really help them. So again, I still would have went that route, and even on draft day, if you guys remember, I was still upset because they should have drafted Mitchell or even Malik Monk at that. My final draft, my final mock draft did say Malik Monk because I thought he would slip. But if it was up to me, as I stated multiple times, I would have drafted Mitchell at 10. I said that on the last show before the NBA draft. I would draft Mitchell instead of Monk, but because I knew Monk would drop would fall, the Kings were gonna take the whole Kentucky backcourt. You know what I mean? And that didn't even happen. And Monk hasn't had the best of years, but he's also playing on a veteran team. So again, you can't dwell on that. We have to wish the Jazz and mention them but the best. I think he landed on the best team out of all the teams. It was sweet justice because of how Hayward left, and they were expecting him to come back. And who knows, maybe Mitchell's not Mitchell if Hayward stays. It's just how you approach an opportunity, and that's what Mitchell did. He was fully ready. He took advantage, and now he's a star. Barring injury, he's going to be a star for the next decade because he fits the mold of today's NBA guard. He is what you want in a basketball guard. So let me see. You watching any games tonight? I'll probably watching the Heat game, the Laker game. Yeah, no one knew he would be this good so quick. Monk has been disappointed so far. What would Giles' comparison be? I guess Giles, the guy I'm hearing is a combination of a lot of things. Chris Webber, he has big hands. He's a good passer, stuff like that. But we won't know until we watch him play. But what we do know is that he's working extremely hard. He's a very good kid. I like talking to him. He's always been very nice to me, and I'll most likely see him again on All-Star Weekend. We'll vlog. Again, we're going to be vlogging with Costa Kufis after All-Star Weekend, so make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. I'll be with Bogey this weekend, with Buddy, with De'Aaron Fox. So again, keep up with us, guys. I'm super excited, no question about it. This will be my first All-Star Weekend ever in my young career. Hopefully, it's the first of many. With what your guys' support, which means the world to me, and it means the world to all of us at Cowbell Kingdom. Let's hope it's first of many because I want to make this first one memorable. It's in LA, LA lights. It should be very fun. I'll get to network with a lot of people. Hopefully, bring them onto the vlog, bring them onto the podcast where you guys can listen to them as well. Other than that, I think it's been pretty good. You think Willie Cauley-Stein is a future power forward or center? He's a center. He's not a power forward. I don't know why some people keep asking me that, or they're insinuating that like he's not a power forward in this game. His instincts are not good enough. His basketball IQ is not that good for him to be a power forward. Like today's power forward needs to be able to shoot the 3-point shot. And I think he's taking less than 5 his entire life. Like you cannot expect him to play a power forward. There's just no way. Your power forward needs to be able to shoot the rock and shoot it from deep and shoot it fluently. He doesn't do that. I'm sorry. He just doesn't. So he's definitely a center. If the Kings don't draft Doncic, what do we do at small forward? You're going to have other options. You got Miles Bridges, who I have a top 5. He's my dark horse, man. I think he's going to be really damn good. It's just, will his mindset transfer over? Like, will he be able to one, play against guys that are as athletic as him, right? Two, will he approach every single game the right way? Will he not take things for granted? And some people think he's doing that now, where the competition obviously is not as good as the NBA is, duh. But will he be able to focus, and is his love for the game there? Those are all questions we're all gonna ask during the pre-draft process. If those are all yeses, then I don't see why he wouldn't be a good player. If Jason Tatum's a good player, I don't see why Miles Bridges can't be a good player. I think he has it all in his game. He's a good passer. He's super athletic. He's a good shooter. He didn't show that freshman year, but he's definitely shown that this year. His shot is super nice. It's clean. It's quick. He is a lefty. And those are advantages that you have when you are left-handed, because there aren't many left-handed players in the league. I think he'll be fine. That's another solid option for the Kings if they do get to that position. He'll be there for sure, um, unless he just kills it in March Madness. So if they do lead Michigan State to a championship, his stock's going to rise very high. Jaren Jackson is a great prospect as well. You can't really go wrong there. That's a nice power forward option to go for. So many good players in this upcoming draft. So if Luka Doncic is not there, it's not the end of the world, guys. You got to do your homework and really focus into these players, into these prospects. You have to be able to trust your scout team, and the front office needs to work coherently with that team, and then ultimately make the best decision. I'm just not that high on Willie Cauley-Stein or Buddy. Yeah, so to me, Buddy Hield is a great sixth man. Um, that's what he is, and again, that's not a bad thing. I don't know why people take being a bench player as a negative connotation. Like, to me, being the sixth man and being an impactful player matters. Just look at Ginobili, look at Crawford, look at Lou Williams. Those are very good players. Every team needs a guy like that, and I can't harp on that enough. Every team. Sorry. Every team needs a player like Buddy Hield who can get you 18 points in a quarter. That's a rare character trait. Like, you can use that and have a long career. That's exactly what you need, and he's great off the bench. That's his role. He's embraced it, and hopefully the Kings can sign him long term, being your sixth man, your power punching guy, a guy that has tunnel vision but will get you a bucket. That's who he is, and that's not a bad thing. That's a really good thing. Um, do we have a scout team? The Kings have a scout team. Bobby Jackson is part of them. I'm almost certain. I don't know the other scouts, but I'll look into that a lot more. They do have a scout team, guys. Every organization has a scout team. But yeah, guys, I think it's gonna be a short show today. By short, 30 minutes is pretty good. Again, you guys can follow us on this journey at cowbell_kingdom. Have your notifications turned on. Thank you guys so much. And on behalf of the entire CK team, I'll see you guys in LA. Man, it's going to be a fun one, guys.